It looks like the drama surrounding Fat Joe just hit a level nobody saw coming. What started as a simple interview moment has spiraled into one of the most serious accusations we've heard against him. And this time, the allegations could change the way people look at his entire career. I'm talking about claims involving young women, legal boundaries, and a messy past that's now being dragged back into the spotlight. This isn't about clout chasing or a typical hip-hop beef. This is about credibility, accountability, and the consequences that come when accusations like this hit the public eye. Let's break it down piece by piece. Now, before you leave any comments, please make sure to watch the entire video. So here's how all of this chaos started. A female rapper is coming forward saying Fat Joe was allegedly involved with women who were too young. These claims surfaced after Joe casually brought her up during an interview with Cardi B, painting a picture that made it sound like she was just being petty. He claims she once called the cops on him over a noise complaint, but according to her, that's not even close to the real story. She says the reason she got law enforcement involved was because of something far more disturbing.
Who's on your Mount Rushmore female MCs?
I grew up listening to Remy a lot. I like Trina a lot. I always say that I listen to Trina a lot. I used to listen to Kaia a lot, Lil Kim a lot. I used to listen to all of them.
Who's Kaia?
Kaia.
Neck in my side.
Now, when the topic of this rapper, Kaia, came up, Joe initially tried to downplay it like he had no idea who she was. But as soon as her name was mentioned, suddenly he remembered their history and launched into details about their long-standing beef.
Hey, my neck, my back.
Yeah, she got some cool records though.
She did me 31. She did us all 31 times. Like, how the fuck the girls, my neck, my back, we hanging out in the hotel and she called the cops on us. Like, yo, the motherfucker making too much noise. They like, yo, the girl there.
My neck and my back?
My neck and my back. Like, how the fuck my neck and my back?
You know she called that.
Supposed to call the cops. She called the cops on us, bro. We was in Phoenix, Arizona. B-Fab, all of us talking shit in the hallway, and it was like, yo, the girl right there. She called the cops. Said, my neck, my back. She called fucking cops on us. Like that. Fuck.
I ain't gonna say that because that bitch be roasted. She could roast. That bitch could roast. Tell her you love her because she could roast.
Love you, Kaia. I don't want no smoke.
That switch up raised eyebrows because it showed there's unresolved tension here. And when there's tension, there's usually a story, and Kaia clearly wasn't done telling hers. Cardi B even tried to warn him, and Joe tried to cool things down by saying, Kaia, I love you. But that olive branch didn't work. Kaia fired back on her own platform with accusations that were far more intense than anything Joe had said.
Fat Joe, your fat ass. No, you finna get roasted this morning, gag, or the Fat Joey bag of donuts, you mildew smelling. You, the people been sending in a lot of shit. You been out there talking about the queen. Okay, you knew you was gonna get it, didn't you? You know you hadn't fucked up, right? Well, if you didn't, somebody should have told you. I knew it and been told this story, but since you want to tell it, let me tell a version that need to be told. Here, want to hear it go. Okay, I'm on the road at the hotel trying to get my beauty rest after a gig. I secured my bag and took my ass back to my hotel suite to lay down and go to sleep. Okay, we all artists after a show sharing the same hotel, but not sharing the same evidently. Okay, we sharing the same hotel floor because that's all we have in common. Yeah, Gordon, and here come your fat, funky, stanking, okay, spoiled pig looking along with the rest of your crew being demonic freaks per usual. Yeah, Gordon, Diddy ain't the first and won't be the last freakazoid. It started with you. Okay, being demonic freaks and mutants. You know, got a hall full of hoes and underage sluts ready to okay, waiting outside your hotel room door ready and waiting to get drugged and gang banged. And so you can watch your homeboys so you can look at and booty hole because your ain't long enough to reach nobody ball. All right, child. I open my door like, what the is going on up here on this floor? I'm trying to get my beauty rest. What the is going on here? Get home and clear this hallway, slurping and slobbing on dicks in the halls, decking the halls and balls, okay? And it wasn't even the Christmas holiday. Like in watching your homeboys let you tell your crew and your other fellow rappers that's freakazoids like you other hoes at 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning off that shit. Not on my floor. Gaggle, that's why your fat ass got all kind of crimes and suing the fuck out of you and a bunch of lawsuits and sexual assault suits and rape and lawsuit charges now on your fat ass. You sitting out here want to tell the bitch, put the police on you. You should have told them what. Well, you ran terror squad, all right, terrorizing booty holes and young hoes gag order back then, and you still doing it now. Alleged. Yeah, right. Gag order, you a nasty and you was doing it, you did it, and that's why they suing you and pressing charges on your fat ass now. Why you trying to act like you innocent? You know I called the police on you for a reason. All right, I was trying to say them. If we gonna just tell the truth, tell it how it go. Damn right, I called the popo hoe and I'll do it again. Running around out here in these streets with titties longer than mine from DJ Khaled, sucking on them. Kiss my ass. Let's get that right. You a demon dog. You a sex demon. You was them drunken and them little young, and I put the popos on your.
And from that point on, this stopped being about old drama and became about potential criminal behavior. Now, before we go any further, if you rock with the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more hip-hop news like this. It really helps the channel grow. What makes this story even more complicated is who Kaia is. She's not some random person with a social media account. She's a public figure who regularly reports on stories and posts commentary online. And that matters because it means she's got something to lose. If she's lying, if she really did say, I called the cops because Fat Joe was drugging and effing on those young women, and it's false, she's putting her entire career, platform, and financial stability on the line. She even uses the word minor in her video. That's not a small claim. And yet, despite the risk, she's still standing by her story. Now, to be fair, Fat Joe has never been charged or convicted of anything like this. But when multiple people start saying similar things, even years apart, it's hard to ignore the pattern.
Okay, go to you and all them that was there with you. Wasn't by I was out of order and them young girls was in danger. I seen crimes being committed and I called the law. Okay, go to just ask your hype man. He was there. Okay, go to in that order. Look it up. In that order. I hope he take you for everything you got and all them young that you f***ing destroyed their lives too. Okay, go to because you did it. Alleged. Not alleged. I heard, I seen, I heard, and I called 911. Someone please call 911. This getting and drugged with Fat Joe in this hall. Get the law up here fast. As far as I was concerned, them slut puppies were in danger. Okay, gag order in that order. Criminal activity was going on and your fat ass should have went to jail without the bail. That's where you should have went. Because you and your crew didn't mean to be no good. I seen and I heard you, bitch. Gag when I saw a bunch of young freakazoids in danger. And I said, no ma'am, Pam, and not on my watch. Clear this all in that order. And you remember how I walked out there with my hair wrapped up like a queen. It's still wrapped up like a queen now. Locks on deck. Gag with the baby when I came out there in that hall with my long, beautiful silk nightgown all the way to the floor. Gag order looking like a goddess. Okay, and I seen all them in danger on the hall in the hall on my floor. I told them to clear that hall. Get from in front of them doors, waiting to get drugged and beat the up and kicked out on their head. Get home. 911 is on the way, and I went to dialing emergency number. In that order, I was saving lives, like I'm still doing now. Gag order in that order, putting up on game. Don't trust these. Don't trust these. Don't trust no fat ass. Okay, smelling like Porky the Pig. Get your own shit and let them know that these with a raw. With a head on the shoulder knows how it goes when it's time to let them get gone and to call 911. Get the law up here to lock them up. And I do it again, gag. Or don't trust these. Get your own shit while your pink pig pork rind smelling ass is out here in these streets destroying lives. I'm the one that's been saving lives, and I'm not the one or the two to be with. So I advise you to keep Miss Neck and Back's name out your mouth. I've been telling these stories before Jack. All right. I've been telling these stories before all these decide to want to tell. I'm the original roasting gagger. I've been telling these stories since MySpace. If you were really a Thug Mrs. Fan, you remember? All right, in that order, you a nasty. Now you're sick, freaky, sloppy, fat ass is fighting cases left and right. Talk about that on your podcast while you're talking about me. Talk about Big Pun wife and how you stole all Big Pun money and didn't give it to his family while you're talking about me. You imagine how your sweat smell.
This is why Cardi B's warning feels so significant now. Hip-hop has treated defamation like a joke lately, especially in rap beefs where artists say wild things without consequence. But But this isn't a diss track. This is an allegation that can destroy a legacy. Joe has remained mostly silent on these claims, but silence can sometimes say more than a statement ever could. And if there's even a chance that some of this is true, now's the time for him to clear the air. Because like it or not, the longer he stays quiet, the more believable Kaia's story becomes. And if Kaia is willing to risk everything by saying this publicly, it suggests she believes there's truth behind her word.
Yeah, you never let nobody looking like you get on top of me. Who lifting up your belly to find that little ass Who opening up your ass to eat it but DJ Khaled? Okay, go to your wife, no hard is what you treated to die. She was there taking a man flipping for a check is what we the people say. Talk about that. Gag order. I hope all them come forward and tell your truth since you won't. All right, gag order. No crackers. Lock you up, you fat ass bastard. And throw away the key. Eat and die. Joey bag of donuts here. Oh, what's that? Her stress, bad puss, disease, high blood pressure, low blood sugar count, low T cell count, and that gout, no Ozempic and karma is killing your ass slowly. Good. Nobody coming to your funeral. Stop telling on yourself and keep my name out your fat funky ass mouth here. All right, I'm on Liza's side. You know Big Pun's wife. Okay, you wasn't Big Pun's friend. You was his enemy. None of them hoes friends either with your pussy. What kind of man leaves his friend, wife, and children home just struggling to survive? Doing podcasts is now telling the pack a lie. Gag order in the absence of a man who once provided for them, and you know they needed that the man's money. He helped you come up and you wouldn't even get the money to his wife and children. Tell that on your podcast and stop talking about me putting the popos on your nasty ass when you was out there f***ing little young and doing orgies and having your goddamn hype man and DJ that he didn't want to f*** Diddy Jr. Find you somebody to play with and go straight to hell, Joey bag of donuts. Okay, now replay this. I bet you won't end that.
At the end of the day, this isn't just about Fat Joe and Kaia. It's about a bigger conversation in hip-hop, one that's been pushed aside for far too long. We've seen it happen over and over. Artists rise to legendary status, build powerful brands, and become icons, only for their legacies to be threatened by the very choices they made when they thought no one was watching. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Hip-hop culture has a history of looking the other way when serious accusations come up, especially if the artist is loved or respected. But protecting legacies shouldn't come at the expense of accountability. If someone is innocent, they should fight for their name. And if someone is guilty, no amount of hits, money, or fame should shield them from consequences. It's also a reminder to the culture. Power and fame don't erase the line between right and wrong, whether it's Fat Joe, Diddy, R. Kelly, or anyone else. These stories force us to ask tough questions about who we support, why we support them, and what kind of behavior we're willing to excuse. And maybe the biggest lesson here is about truth itself. The truth always finds its way to the surface, whether it takes months or decades. And when it does, it doesn't just expose the accused, it reveals how the culture around them reacted too. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think this is just old beef turned into a scandal? Or is there more to this story than we're being told? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And as always, if you rock with the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications for more hip-hop news like this. Also, if you enjoy this video, click on this next video where I dive even more. I'll catch you in the next one.